right, it is recording. And let me share a little bit of my screen. All right. So welcome to this session, our webinar, Building Your Personal Style with Confidence. As you know, we offer upskilling, mentoring, and networking. This is a part of upskilling too, just leveling up your personal style and learning how to do that. This is our team, so we're all here, you know us. We're a community built by relocating spouses to help navigate this adventure called relocation. And we have lots of webinars which are very serious in nature sometimes about career, and we thought it's time to do something fun yet very, very important, which is how to convey your personal brand with confidence. And that's where it is my pleasure to welcome Swapna. We go way back, like she said before some of you came in. My mom was her first grade teacher, so we know each other since childhood.
Yes.
So much has changed, but ever since I've known Swapna, she's been passionate about fashion, and that has never changed. She pursued a career in fashion, former New York City fashion designer, and now she's really on a mission to. I love what she says. Ditch the sweatpants and really own your personal brand and show up on a screen or on the stage confident. So that be her mission, and I'm so excited that she is here to share everything with us. And I've worked with Sapna in the past, and it's really been an evolution for me as well. Some of you may know we went on the Founders Live stage and we presented, and I did not even have to think about what to wear and what to accessorize. Swapna had taught me well enough that it took me less than 5 minutes, which should have taken an hour. So thank you, Swapna. We are so excited and grateful that you're here, and over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm super excited to be doing this. I just want to make sure all of you are muted so we can get through the presentation portion. And then, of course, towards the end, you can ask me any questions. So we'll have time for Q&A. So jot down your questions or whatever you want, and I'll address them at the end. Sounds good? Okay. Okay, so style for success. I say ditch the sweatpants, upgrade your style, show up for yourself and your life. Next. So style is a way to say who you are without having to speak, okay? Now, Rachel Zoe, who said this and is quoted very often, is a very famous celebrity stylist. But think about it. Did you know that 80% of communication is actually nonverbal, which means before you've even opened your mouth, there are things that you are communicating, whether it's through your body language, your posture, the things you're wearing. If you're fidgeting, it means you're nervous, that kind of stuff. So the way you dress is a big part of the nonverbal communication. And, we always say that you only have one chance to make a lasting impression, right? But so much of our impact happens in that first meeting and in that first time that we're, laying eyes on somebody. So our clothes are a great way to communicate who we are, what we stand for, and sometimes even what we're bringing to the table. So dress for success, is it a fact or a myth? I will say that it is a fact. And this is, I'm not, biased towards my profession or anything, but that's really what it is. And it's, if you don't believe me, I'm quoting you some fantastic, very reliable sources here. So a study published by the Association for Psychological Sciences says that your style does more than send messages to you or to your mind or to others. It actually impacts how you think. So right now, when a lot of us are working from home, try this. In the morning when you wake up and you get your cup of coffee, take your laptop to your couch and sit there and try to work and see how much work you get done, versus have your coffee, shower, get dressed, sit at your desk or wherever it is that you sit down to do work, and then tell me how much more productivity you had that day. And it is true, just the way, people who are embarking on like a weight loss journey or exercise routine, sometimes they lay out their running clothes the night before. Some women will even go to the extreme of sleeping in their sports bras, which I don't recommend, but people do that. And it is because getting ready is one of the biggest challenges in that process, right? If you want to go to the gym and you get dressed, half the battle is won, right? Because you have your shoes on, you're like, okay, well, now I might as well go. I'll go for 15 minutes. And next thing you know, you worked out for like 45. So it does affect your mindset a lot, whether it's productivity or starting to feel better about yourself. It's really going to improve your day a lot if you get up and get dressed. Um, Also, the clothes you wear and the way you groom yourself will change the way other people hear what you say. It will subconsciously tell them whether you like them or if you're different. It will determine whether they're going to listen to you or ignore you, trust you or distrust you. And I'm not saying that the way you dress can make, like, you cannot cover up bad stuff, but if you are truly good, it's going to help you elevate that. It's going to help you elevate your message, right? People are going to take you more seriously. So that is one aspect of it. And then lastly, people like to work and do business with people who look professional. So let's say I was hiring a coach, right, in my business, and we had a call and they came in their workout clothes. Am I likely to drop my money in the thousands, on this person? Because I feel like, okay, well, obviously I'm not that important to you that you couldn't even take the time to groom yourself, right? So uh, definitely there is a lot of messaging that comes with how we dress. Plus, we are visually driven beings, right? So if I was going to hire a coach and that person came in like all leather, like mini skirt and the leather halter top with their tattoos and purple hair, that is not my kind of person. They may be extremely great for someone, but that's also going to tell me like this may not be the right kind of partner for me. So definitely think of what messages your clothes are sending. In fact, I will tell you that right now, while we're homeschooling kids, if you get up and get ready to run the homeschool, your kids are going to listen to you a lot better because it shows them that you are in charge. You're in charge of your life and your body, and you're in charge of them too. So try it. We have a lot of time to play around with this. So, what are the things to consider while getting dressed? And for those of you who said you're starting to interview or apply for positions, and even if you're volunteering, you can still look the part of a leader, and that's going to maybe lead to newer opportunities for you. There's a old saying, it goes, dress for the job you want, not the one you have. So keep that in mind. So some really quick things. Who is my ideal client and audience? What problems do I solve for them? How do I want to be perceived? How do I want to look and feel in what I wear? I would say most of us want to look confident. We want to be comfortable. We want to feel put together. We want to have that air of authority, like we have our stuff under control, right? What's my vibe? Am I, a little crunchy granola? Am I more like cutting edge style? What do I stand for? What colors reflect my personality, my lifestyle, and goals, right? So, if you are a full time mom, but then you also work a part time job, your clothes are going to look a lot different than somebody who's a CEO and has a corner office. So, think of that. The topic of color came up with a lot of you that mentioned that you would like to add more color. Think of it this way. When you were a kid, what colors did you like? I have not met one kid who says, my favorite color is gray. I love beige. Navy blue is my favorite. Nobody says that. Think back to, what did you like to wear? My favorite color when I was a kid was pink, and I'm 41 and it still is pink. And as you can see, I use it in my presentation. It's my brand color. So I think colors have energy, and colors attract good energy as well, right? So if you are constantly dressing in black or gray, quit hiding, quit making yourself small. So on some level, we are in denial, like maybe we don't want to draw attention to us. And I think wearing color does that. So if you wear a black suit all the time, wear a yellow sweater under it, right? Wear a pink blouse under it, add a floral shirt. There's lots of ways to start adding color and pattern to your wardrobe that brings in joy, raises your vibrational energy. If you're into that woo stuff, which I am, it does all of that stuff. So start thinking of how you can make these tiny tweaks to get you there. And then lastly, how do I want my audience to feel in their interactions with me? Um, the way a personal trainer is going to dress is very different from someone who's going in to coach a bunch of bankers, you know? So what kind of shoes are you going to choose? All of that really plays into your image and the message you're sending. So I talk about branding, and whether you are Nike or you are like me, a small business owner, or whether you're applying for a job, you are your own personal brand, right? So what does branding do? Branding, Seth Godin is one of my favorite authors, and he says branding is the set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another. So, branding is another way to create a memorable identity in the mind of others that it's a long game. Okay, it's not something, branding is not like you do it today and you see the results 6 hours later. But branding is, um, think of Nike, right? Nike has their swoosh. They've been talking about just do it for years and years. A lot of their advertising is not even showing you shoes or sweatpants or leggings, right? They're showing you athletes. They're showing you the mindset piece of it. So what happens when you finally decide, oh, January 1st, I'm going to become a runner. Now I need some sneakers. Nike is going to come to your mind because they have been talking about that stuff forever. So that's why I always say, whether you're applying for a job or you're a business owner, think of yourself as a personal brand, right? And create a set of visuals that go along with your values that communicate effectively who you are as a package. So how to define your style? So if you have had big transitions, like you've been home with your kids for a few years and now you're applying to jobs, you need a little refresh. Okay, so it's great to be on a fashion diet or whatever, but if you are in a state of evolving, your clothes are going to evolve with you. What, even if you have remained the same size that you were in your 20s into your 30s and 40s, that's firstly good for you. Tell me how. But secondly, you have changed as a person because of all your life experiences and things like that, that you may not necessarily want to dress the way you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? So it's okay to refresh. So how do we do it? Think about what makes you feel really good. The answer here is not sweatpants, okay? Who are my clients? How do I serve them? I keep going back to this. Whose brand style inspires me? So look at celebrities, look at social media, right? And start like a visual collection of people whose style you like. And then look back at that board and look at it and say, well, what do I like about these people? So I'm going to show you some examples in the next couple of slides. Do I like Lady Gaga's edgy, weird stuff? That's her brand, right? Like, you know that Gaga is going to always show up in something completely out there. Or Reese Witherspoon, like she has this like preppy, sweet Southern girl charm. Joanna Gaines, she always has her plaid shirts and jeans, and then I don't know how she like does all the work she does in her high heels, but she does it. Or Michelle Obama, like feminine but also very strong style. So think about all of those. Think what you like in all of these people that you are thinking of, and then try to bring that essence to your closet while you are shopping your own closet, and when you are editing it even. So let's look at Michelle Obama, right? What did I say? Like, she's still, because of her status as first lady or former first lady, still conservative. So you don't see her here, for example, in scooping like really deep necklines or a really short dress, but also very feminine. And what I love about her, she also uses her fashion to make a political statement. So when she got in the White House and she finally decided she needed a stylist, she picked a minority person. She chooses brands that are global, from small designers, from people that someone may never have heard of. She's not wearing your traditional designers. What else I love about her? She will mix a Target t-shirt and a J. Crew shorts in spite of who she is or what her status is, right? So I think that is the beauty of her style. Barbara Corcoran from the Shark Tank, always very crisp, always very no frills, always very clean style. So very strong personality coming through, very strong lines in clothes, uh, minimal details, not a lot of fuss. So how to start building your personal style? I want to show you an example. This is my client, Yahi, and she is an accountant. And a couple of years ago, she decided she only wants to work with female entrepreneurs and small businesses owned by women. Okay. So was she creating a headshot or a website to work with a corporation or other small businesses? Her images might look completely different, but she's trying to work with creative entrepreneurs. Her clients are photographers, coaches, stylists, boutique owners, things like that. So when we came up with her um, images for her brand photo shoot, you can see that we have picked color. Like in the image to the far left, she's wearing a white button down shirt, but overall the vibe is still very relaxed. It's very feminine, right? But she's also a very strong woman. So then we have brought in a leather jacket. She's feminist and it says feminist AF. So think of, who you're serving so you can attract the right audience to yourself. If she had a website that was full of her wearing like button shirts and a black traditional suit, she's not likely to draw the creative entrepreneur that she wants to serve. Second thing I want you to think about are brand triggers. What are the things that you can wear or use in your social media that make people think of you? So I'll give you an example. Over here, this gorgeous lady, her name is Teresa, and she is a real estate agent, and she used to work with Weichert. Now, Weichert's brand color is yellow. She wanted to tie in the yellow in her brand photography. So you see, we brought it in with the gold skirt. There's little yellow in her flowers, things like that. So it's not blatantly like wearing a Weichert shirt, but still there's like a subtle hint of it, right? So you're bringing in some of that trigger. This is my coach, Deepshika. She loves the show um, Game of Thrones. She talks about it all the time in her messaging, in her emails, in her examples, everywhere. So it's impossible to think of Game of Thrones and not think of her. So what are brand triggers for you? Um, is it that you love big earrings like my friend Kate over here? She loves big earrings. She's an interior designer. She's got nothing to do with earrings, okay? Really, like in her career. She loves them. She's always wearing them. She always has a big collection, to a point where somebody was sending her a pair of big earrings a day for like 15 days leading up to Christmas. But why are we creating these brand triggers? So you stay on top of people's mind. So when they are ready to hire a real estate agent, they will think of Teresa. When they need an interior designer, they will think of Kate, because she has given them something to remember them by. Let's talk about work from home style. I think we're all in this weird space where we're not really going out anymore and meeting people in person. But my rule of thumb, even for Zoom, is um, dress like you would in person. Now, maybe you don't have to dress to the nines, but dress as if you are meeting a friend for coffee. What kind of friend? Not your best friend, because if you're meeting your best friend, you're going to go in those gym clothes that you just worked out in, or are about to work out in. Meet a friend that you hadn't met in a long time. So let's say Aditi is coming to town and we're going to meet for coffee. I haven't seen her in years. How am I going to dress? I'm probably going to wear a nice pair of jeans, a nicer shirt, maybe some earrings, and some light makeup. That is your rule of thumb for working from home. Okay, as if you're meeting a friend for coffee. Power dressing. Now, those of you that are going on job interviews and stuff like that, you have to dress like you're dressing you would in an in-person interview. If it makes you feel better, wear the high heels. You know, there is something to say about the power dressing, like high heels, a really well-tailored blazer. The way that makes you feel confident, like, yeah, I've got control of my stuff. Nothing else is going to do that for you. So invest in those power pieces for yourself. Somebody was asking earlier about adding more color. Wearing a dress and then layering a strong jacket over it is a great way to bring color. If you dress conservative, which if you are typically wearing a lot of neutrals, you might be dressing a little conservative, invest in a great colorful blazer and then pair it with a neutral outfit. Wear white blouse, wear black pants, but add color with a fantastic blazer. Um, if you do go with that, make sure it fits you well and it's a good brand and stuff like that. Here's Yahi again, like she's wearing navy blue, but then she has this beautiful red lip, some really nice big lips. So they all look like very strong women on camera. Okay, so I have a gift for you guys. I know here we're like going through our slides pretty fast. So if you've signed up for this webinar, you will receive, I will send you this, but it's a Zoom guide to getting dressed for camera in 5 minutes or less. So I think you will enjoy that very much. The next, if you don't know where to start, you know, I obviously love working with female professionals and business owners, but I currently have an online offering. It's called a Style Intensive. And because you are friends with Aditi and Aditi is my friend, I'm offering it to you for a real steal. So here's where I create this custom plan for you based on your body shape, your budget, and things like that to help you really figure out what you should be wearing. And I actually give you those shopping links so you can shop. Plus, you will have this handbook for when you're getting ready in your life without me. And then these are all the fun ways to connect with me. My favorite platform is Instagram. I am at style.remixx. And of course, on Facebook or LinkedIn as well. And now if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Awesome, Swapna. There was the question, the chat box was buzzing.
Oh, it was,
Uh,
sorry, I
no,
cannot.
no, I was monitoring it. And we were like, so we have lots of questions. And
Okay.
I loved a lot of things you said about brand triggers. I think that I hadn't thought about that. So
Right.
the first couple of questions are about color. And
Mhm.
folks wanted to know, how do you decide what color is right for you?
That's a great question. So I say hold it up or try it on and think of how you feel. Go with your intuition, you know. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you look washed out? If it makes you look washed out, that's not the right color for you, right? But as a general rule, I'll share with you that the jewel tones, right? So emerald, sapphire, ruby red, those tones look good on everybody, regardless of skin color or hair color. Those are generally good colors for everyone. And especially on camera, avoid wearing beiges, neutrals, really pink, like blush, like soft blushes, because what it does is it washes you out. So try to wear more saturated colors, especially for the camera.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Next, we have question from Deepali. Deepali, do you want to ask it?
Yeah, Swapna, so my question was, do we still dress according to the season in the virtual world? I mean, clearly today I'm wearing a spring dress, and I wouldn't have done it in the real world. So,
So, yes and no. I actually am a big fan of having pieces in your wardrobe that multitask. I have a very small wardrobe, believe it or not, and I don't do a seasonal switch out. Yes, do I have dresses that I only wear in the spring and summer? Sure. But do I have a whole winter wardrobe and a whole spring summer wardrobe? I don't. And what I like to do is I like to have pieces that will take me through the seasons. So one of my favorite tricks for doing that is to layer stuff with it, right? So if you are wearing a floral dress and it is December, wear a blazer over it. If your dress has red flowers in it, wear a red blazer over it. People are only going to see like the upper half of your body, so I wouldn't get too hung up about rules. And also, you want to be comfortable, right? So if you wore like a great big woolly sweater because it's winter, but you're in your house, you're not going to be comfortable. So I think layers is where it's at as far as dressing for camera. I even suggest to some clients to leave a jacket or a blazer in their office. So if somebody calls you for an impromptu video meeting, you can just throw it on and you're ready.
thanks, Swapna.
Yep.
Awesome. So, Swapna, we have a question on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to. Um, all right. So the next question is jewelry. So, Siley has a question about jewelry and Pratiti. So, do you either of you want to come off mute and ask your question?
Yeah, so what kind of like jewelry should we pair with, like, minimum? We just don't want to have like a blingy things or like,
Sure. By the way, I love jewelry, so I would say that the blinkier the better. But if it's not your comfort zone, obviously don't go there. But I recommend at least wearing some studs or hoops or something small in your ears and a necklace. So if nothing else, a chain with a pendant on it is fine. Again, like I said, people are only looking, here. So if you have big earrings, then keep your necklaces very light. If you have a scoop neck or a V-neck where your skin is going to show, like in my top today, you're not seeing my neck or chest area. But if you were, then I would probably wear some delicate chains with the big earrings. But if not, never wear big earrings and a big necklace together. But wear something because it takes it like to the next level, and it shows your clients or whoever you're meeting that you are serious. You look together, look put together. You made the effort.
Awesome. Pratiti, do you have a follow-up to that, or did that answer your question?
Yeah, that kind of answered my question as well. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
start small, Pratiti. Like if you're not comfortable wearing jewelry at all, I would not go with earrings like I have on today. But a little pair of studs is a good place to start and then build up from there.
Awesome. So, Surabhi, do you want to come off mute and ask your question? It is related to makeup.
Yeah, so I have a similar concern like Pratiti on makeup. So I don't usually wear makeup, but if I were to go on a meeting, so your face needs some kind of like makeup to look good on the camera.
Right.
But since I don't wear it normally, I feel like I feel extremely conscious. And also in the meeting, if there is a group of people who are not dressed and they are just in their home attire, then again I feel like I am overdressed or all of that comes up. So how to address that?
Yeah. But you know what, Surabhi, when it's time for a promotion, you will be the one who's being considered, not the people who are in their house clothes. I'm going to be very honest about that. Okay, so yeah, makeup is necessary on camera. And, because you are not used to wearing makeup at all, any makeup is going to feel like heavy makeup for you, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, Camera, actually, I have quite a bit of makeup on today, but you can see that with the lighting and everything, it does not look super heavy. It looks appropriate. So I would say, invest in, if you have, I always say invest in really good skincare. And this goes back to the hair question from the introductions, right? If you are a very low maintenance person, find low maintenance things for yourself, find low maintenance routines. If you are trying to go from zero to Cindy Crawford, it's going to be very hard, but baby steps, right? So I'll give you an example. I am very lazy. Today I'm on the East Coast, right? So I was supposed to hop on this call at 3. I got out of the shower at 2:48. I came out, I said to my daughter, Mila, what's the time? She said, Mom, it's 2:48. And I was ready in 5 minutes. But that's because, look, I have curly hair. I never blow dry it, okay? Because A, I'm super lazy. B, I'm okay with being curly. I know that, there are days that it's not going to look flawless and polished, but I'm okay with that. I figure something out around it. But what have I invested in? I've invested in a really good haircut that brings out the natural curl, that helps me just shampoo, condition, put in some product, and I'm ready to go. So similarly, invest in good skincare. So basically, you're starting with a good canvas, and then invest in a lightweight like tinted moisturizer or foundation. And you don't have to put on like blush and all the things, right? But at least put on a nice lipstick. Give your lashes a swipe of mascara so your eyes actually look a little more open. The beauty of having makeup for camera is that you actually don't need heavy eye makeup, because heavy eye makeup will make you look like your shadows or dark circles. So we don't want that, right? So you can have light but good makeup. So I say at least start with a good tinted moisturizer, or some brands call them like a beauty balm. So at least start with that, because that's not heavy and it's just on top of your regular moisturizer. And then at least mascara and a bold lip. And I would not worry about what other people are wearing. You do you.
Thank you. Some really good tips there.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you found it helpful.
Awesome. We have a question from Ida. I know she's been going off and on. Ida, are you here? Okay, we'll probably come back to that. So, Swapna, I had a question on interviews. We have a lot of tech companies in the area, and many of them have a casual dress code.
Right.
And very often we get asked, okay, I want to power dress, and maybe I'm interviewing for a tech job, maybe I'm interviewing for something else. But how do I now, tailor it to that audience, which is a casual dress code? So how do you, what's your advice for that?
So I still say that you should dress professionally, because I said that about the first interview, but also you don't want to look like you won't fit in at all, right? So this is where you wear your jeans with a nice fitted sweater or a t-shirt, and then wear a blazer on top. And then wear ballet flats or something with it, wear flat shoes. So you do look more casual, but you still look professional. And I know that the dress code in many companies is now casual, but I still feel like if people are going to work in shorts or something like that, that's just not okay, for me. But I'm also not the hiring manager. I work for myself. But I think wearing jeans, and not distressed or ripped jeans, just like a clean pair of dark denim with a simple blouse or a t-shirt, brings in that casual aspect, but also brings in that professionalism. If you wear it with a tailored blazer, or you wear it with a nicer cardigan, or you can pair it with a motorcycle jacket or something like that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just have a follow-up question to that.
Yes.
I would love to know what you think about wearing printed blouses for an interview.
I love it. You still want to be you, right? So let's say you were interviewing someone and they were wearing a floral blouse, like would that deter their chances of getting a job? Probably not, right?
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with it. But if it makes you feel conscious, then I definitely recommend layering it under a neutral or a solid. So like a navy blazer with a beautiful printed blouse looks fantastic.
So I'm going to ask Ida's question because I think Ida's internet is kind of in and out,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
on and off. So yeah, her question is, what do you think about fast fashion business models? Currently, 1 million of clothing are produced in low quality every day, which means a ton of waste. So basically, I think a question is
Right.
about fast fashion.
So, you know, it's the sad reality of the time we live in. And I think that, you know, this whole like social media presence that people have or want to have, and this influencer model of things is adding to the waste in our environment. So I suggest you can buy, like, there's nothing wrong with shopping at a Zara or an Old Navy, but that should not be your only source of shopping. And what has happened is that people never want to repeat an outfit, right? Like they say, oh, but I already wore that to so and so's party, and now the photo is on Facebook, so I don't want people to see me in the same outfit again. And this is why we are on that cycle of fast fashion. Plus, that stuff is very cheaply made, falls apart easily, the fit is ruined. Yet there is a place for it in everyone's wardrobe, right? So I say you invest in really good quality basics, and then a very small percentage of your wardrobe should be fast fashion. So ideally, something that's super trendy that you really must have, that's what you add to your wardrobe in terms of fast fashion. Those are not things that are gonna last forever or even be in our fashion cycle for a long time. So I said invest in nicer pieces and then minimize your use of fast fashion. And regardless of whether it's fast fashion or ethically made or whatever, look at the companies that you're shopping with. And there's a lot of information available now about, you know, good manufacturing practices, who's following them, who's not following them. And I say each piece of clothing has to get a minimum of 30 wears for you to recover some value from it, right? And to be honest with you, people say, oh, I'm going to buy this t-shirt, it's only $8, you know, but the thing is, you're wearing that $8 item once, twice, maybe three times, versus $150 jean jacket that I've had in my wardrobe for like 5 years that I've worn hundreds of times. So I also encourage you to think of cost per wear. How many times am I going to wear this? The more you wear it, the more the lesser your cost per wear is. And that's one way to really think of the longevity of the items in your wardrobe.
Great, Swapna. And your answer actually made me think of the basics, right? What are some basic must-haves that you think all of us must have in our closets? And you know,
so you know, I think that what everyone's basics are varies a lot, but I would say good quality jeans or trousers, depending on what your lifestyle is. Like, I never have to wear trousers anymore, but good quality jeans. In the fall, I really prefer to invest in nicer sweaters. So I like merino wool sweaters, cashmere if I can pull it off. Again, like I said to you before, I'm very lazy and I don't like going to the dry cleaners. So I avoid clothes that are, you know, not dry clean only. I would like easy care stuff. I want to just be able to take care of it without forgetting to pick it up. So basics are good jeans, you know, buy things that fit you well, invest in a good tailor who can make things look more expensive than they actually are. Blazers are something that you cannot buy cheap because the fit is just not right. And that's a good place to start. Dresses, depending on who you are and you know what kind of profession you're in, dresses are like a big part of my spring summer wardrobe. Like today I'm wearing jeans. I haven't worn jeans since like April, I think. So just depends on your lifestyle, and everyone's basics are going to look a little different. But again, if you think of you know, I say whatever you have in your wardrobe, think of at least 3 different ways to wear it, and that way you get more wears out of it. Like one of my favorite basics is this like black dress I have, which has flowers on it, right? And that may not be a basic for somebody else, but it is for me because I wear it often and I pair it with a lot of different things.
Great, thank you. We have a question, follow-up question from Surbi with regards to recommendations on clothing brands.
So, that is a great question. But unless I know your lifestyle and your budget and things like that, it's very hard for me to recommend just one or two favorite clothing brands. So, we can definitely connect later, Surbi, and go through what your needs are, and I can make some recommendations to you.
Wonderful. Any other final questions? Or here you go. Praditi wants to know about hairdos.
So in general on camera, Praditi, hair down looks better than hair up. Again, I don't know your what your hair is or what your face structure is, so I cannot guide you exactly, and we can work on it, individually if that's something you choose to do. But like I said earlier, invest in a really good haircut, invest in good hair products if you're a low maintenance lifestyle person. And if not, and if you know your week is really packed with a lot of meetings where you're going to be on camera a lot, get it blow dried professionally. The blow dry is what, like $20-$30 depending on the length of your hair. And I've done that before. Like if I know I'm going to be on camera a lot or seeing clients a lot or have presentations, I treat myself to a blow dry because it makes me feel amazing and my hair looks good, and then I don't have to worry about shampooing it and styling it every day. But general rule for camera, I say hair down looks better than hair up.
Thank you.
Great advice. We have Anka has a question about how she hates ironing and advice on buying things that do not wrinkle.
So Anka, that is a great question. I hate ironing too. I say you marry a man who likes to iron like I did and give him all your stuff. But no, seriously though, natural fibers like cotton or linen are going to wrinkle more. So pick fibers that don't wrinkle. If you hang things up, they're less likely to wrinkle. Give your clothes space to breathe. If they're smushed together, they're more likely to develop creases. And if you know you're going to wear something that has wrinkles in it, when you take a shower, hang it in your bathroom and the steam will help you undo some of that. Take your clothes out of the dryer right away and hang them up or fold them because they're not wrinkled when they come out of the dryer. So those are my tips for avoiding ironing. That's how I live.
Great practical advice. All right. So we're almost at the end. I wanna open the floor to anybody who wants to say, anything about how much they liked it or anything else that you want. Any closing comments for Swapna? The floor is open to any of you who want to come off mute.
Well, I do have one last thing to share with you, and it's a quote from Forbes magazine, and it was said by Cheryl Snap Connor. And I'll leave you with it because I think it's very beautiful. And it says, "Not all thought leaders are style mavens, nor do they necessarily possess great beauty, but they have learned to present themselves in a way that reflects their personal and professional personality and style. They have learned to put their best foot forward with their unique brand and personal style." So I'll leave you with that.
That is an awesome quote, Swapna. As you can see, the questions just kept coming, and
yes,
this was, I think, one of our webinars where we had so many questions, and you gave us such wonderful tips.
Yes.
So thank you again so much for coming in, sharing all these wonderful tips with us, and for bringing your passion to us and reminding us that, how we show up in a virtual world or how we show up and dress up is really important to our brand and to everything that we want to project. So thank you again for being here. And we've got the email IDs, so I'll be
Yes.
sending them over to you so that you can get us the guides, which I'm
Yes.
excited about.
Yes,
We're
me
getting
too.
we're getting some comments from Rahul saying amazing session, Swapna, and Mansi says thank you, Swapna. Lots of practical advice. So
Awesome. I'm glad you guys found it helpful. If you follow my advice and feel really amazing someday, then please post pictures and tag me on social. And I just want to put this in a grid view. Oh, where did it go?
yeah, I just canceled the spotlight. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did
It's
you
in
want me to
picture
stop
view.
sharing? Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Because I just want to get a picture of everyone so I can
Oh,
post it.
sure.
Although I have to say, a bunch of people don't have their cameras on, and that's not making me very happy, which means that you have somewhere else to be or you're distracted. I'm going to call you out on that. There you go. Who else is going to be brave and turn their cameras on? Anyone else? Okay, I'm going to take a picture of all of us. Thank you, guys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you. So this was so much fun, and I hope you guys got a lot of good stuff out of it that you will implement in your life.
Absolutely, Swapna, we so did, and we look forward to more. We look forward to bringing you back for different series and
Yes, definitely.
helping us
It'll
elevate.
be my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Great. So just ending with our coordinates, most of you know this, our mission is no relocating spouses ever alone. So write to us, join our community, and as we keep bringing you all of these amazing sessions, and none of this is possible without each one of you. So thank you for taking the time, especially Rahul at midnight your time. And then to those of you who juggled your schedules to be with us, we so appreciate you. Deepali, any closing comments before we wrap up?
Hey, thank you so much, Swapna. So, style is something that I'm really not comfortable with, and it's very difficult for me to discuss style with anybody. But you gave such good practical advice, and like I completely intend following it. Like Aditi said, we should definitely get you back for another follow-up session.
I would love
By
that.
then we would have hopefully a mature audience who would have already implemented some of your advice and would
Definitely.
look forward to going to the next
Yeah.
step.
Hey, look, you are rocking a purple lipstick, and that in itself is a very big win. So I'm going to say that I think you're on the right track already.
Thank you. Thank you, Swapna.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.